Alright guys, hello and welcome back to another episode of Tsukihime. Last time, we're back, we're kind of chilling, trying to get our normal life back a bit. Still like worrying about Arcuid and stuff, wondering what she's doing, and then we had that raunchy scene at the end. I'm still convinced that's not Arcuid just because it doesn't seem like her personality, plus it was like really random, so I'm guessing that was like I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't think it was real though. So I mean, it could have been a dream, but I think maybe it might be some magic shit or someone's fucking with him. I don't know who, but yeah, that's what I think. But yeah, let's just get started. Wait. Whoosh. I get up forcefully from the bed. Pant, pant, pant. My breathing is out of control, and my mind is still numbed with the feel of Artwood. No, hold on, Shitty. Try to be calm. It can't hurt. First, this is my room. Check. That's good. Second, I'm on my bed. Check. Seems that way. And it's now morning, and I was doing it with Artwood until now. Well, I mean, you just got a BJ, so I wouldn't really call it going all the way, but alright. Check. That's good. That's not good. Never, not even slightly, not one bit. The sound of my panting fills the air. I manage to catch my breath. My hands gripping the sheets are drenched in sweat. There is a lingering warmth, as if I really was sleeping with Arquid until just now. But it definitely was a dream. I can't tell if that's something I should be happy or disappointed about. Why did I see such a dream? Does that mean I'm so interested in her that I see her in my dreams? See her in your wet dreams? It's a little different. Does that mean I want her so bad I do those things with her in my dream? Ooh. As I remember, the sensation of her skin forces itself into my brain. I feel my arms to make sure this is real. Yeah, it's real. Her skin was so fundamentally different from a guy's skin, so soft, so warm. Yeah, so hot I wanted to go wild. Just thinking about it makes my breath go wild. Well, whatever happened, it's true that it felt exceedingly good. I should feel a bit guilty dreaming about doing that to Arquid, but I recall the dream and just sit there thinking about it. Shitty-sama. Owa! I flail off my bed as if trying to escape. No, in fact, I wasn't. I was trying to escape, but it just ended up with me landing on the floor with the sheets. Hisui? How long have you been there? Since before you awoke, Shitty-sama. She's spawn camping, man. She's ready to serve. Woof. She speaks with her usual lack of expression. Still lying on the floor, tangled in the sheets and unable to stand, I look up at Hisui's face. Before I woke up? Then that means Hisui saw my face when I was having that dream? Does your face actually change when you're having like a good or bad dream? Well, yeah, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. But like when you're having a nightmare, people start tweaking in their sleep, I think, so I guess it would make sense. You gotta have like the happy face for that. My face turns deep red. Hisui just stands there expressionless as usual and makes no attempt to speak. Did I look strange? I do not wish to describe it. Okay. Okay, we were a little weird. Ah, I knew it. I must have looked really weird. But if you insist, Shiki-sama, I can describe as accurately as I can. No, you don't have to do that. My face still flushed, I speak in a fading voice. Hisui-san. I give a cough to clear the silence. Adding san to her name is a clear sign of my vulnerability. What is it, Shiki-sama? I'm kinda changed, so would you mind waiting outside? Or rather, I'm so embarrassed I just want her to leave. But Hisui doesn't obey today of all days. Once I can confirm you are awake, I will leave the room, Shiki-sama. Huh? Is she joking? Why does she think I'm covering myself up in these sheets? To hide something that's still standing. Classic. You know, low-key though, I can't remember the last time I had a wet dream. It must have been like... Must have been so long ago. Like, at least like 4 or 5 years ago. Maybe even more. I don't really, I mean, I do dream sometimes. They're usually just like normal or scary. Which are both good, because I like getting scared. I'm fine, so please leave. I can get up and I won't go back to sleep. I'll change and go to the sitting room as soon as you leave. Shiki-sama, are you hurt and unable to stand? History approaches me out of worry. No, that's not it. I'm standing. I mean, I can stand, so don't worry about it. I crawl, pulling my sheets like a slug, and gain some distance from her. I was trying to say it. Oh, no, never mind. I don't need to say it. Using the bed as a barrier, I get far enough away. Then please excuse me. I will prepare your breakfast, so please come after you change. She has got to be suspicious, but she bows and leaves the room. I was so surprised. The contents of my dream were surprising enough, but knowing History saw me while I was dreaming is very vulnerable. It's all Artwood's fault for doing something like that. Even now she's being bothersome, really. Really what? I can't finish. What did I want to say just now? Not even able to confirm my own feelings, I decide to change and head to the sitting room with a vague feeling in my chest. After calming down sufficiently, I head to the sitting room. As usual, Atya is sitting on the sofa, elegantly sipping tea. Good morning, Nissan. You are certainly up early this morning. She must be happy I woke up because she greets me with a smile. Yeah, good morning. There were, well, a lot of things going on this morning. As soon as I say that, I suddenly recall the memory of our twin skin. This isn't good. I can tell my face is blushing beyond my control. Get it together, man. Nissan. A brief clamor. What's wrong? Your face is red. Do you have a fever? Rushing over to me, she looks up at me from below. But in doing so from this angle, that's kind of crazy, but okay. Atya sighs. You do seem to have a fever. Kohaku, come quickly. Nissan doesn't seem to be well. Atya calls out to the dining room. Kohaku-san has to be preparing my breakfast in the kitchen. I'm fine. It's just a minor cold, so don't worry. You never know, bro. I mean, obviously it's not a cold, but like, should get yourself checked out. Don't end up like me, bro. Oh, it's just the flu. I'll be fine. Oh, I'm coughing. It's just bronchitis. Nah, dude, I got fucking pneumonia. I could have died. Well, that's kind of overstating it, but technically, I could have died if I didn't go to the doctor and get medicine. If it's a cold, then I can't let it go by. For you, a trivial illness is a big deal. True, plus this guy is, like, medically weak. He already has anemia. Or immune weak. Not medically weak. Immunity weak? I don't know the right way to say it. The strength of your immune system is much lower than most people's. Atya seems to be fed up and puts her hand on my forehead. The sensation of her cool, delicate hand. This isn't good. No, dude, don't pop a boner because your sister's touching your head. This isn't good at all, so I break loose and run out of the lobby. That's crazy. It's a little crazy. Footsteps echo as I dash off. Shiki-sama, have you finished your breakfast already? No, that's not it. Where's my bag? I have your bag here. You're already going to school? Nodding, I snatched my bag from Hisui. I'm going. Don't worry about seeing me off. Fast as fuck. Nissan, you've been acting strange. Not fast enough, apparently. What are you doing with a fever like that? Jeez, I told you it's nothing. Since it's nothing, I'm going to school. I'll have breakfast later, so leave me alone. Leave me alone? Hey, Nissan. The sound of my fleeing footsteps is my only response. I mean, this is pretty cringe. This whole scene. Come on, bro. Control yourself. It's not a big deal. You're a high school student. It happens. Even if it is Atya, she wouldn't chase me this far. Since we're not kids anymore, she won't stop me from going to school. Ooh. I take a deep breath and I'm finally able to calm down. What am I running away for? I don't know. Once I calm down, I can think clearly. I didn't do anything wrong, so there's no need for me to run away like that. I don't believe it. I look like a complete idiot. But to go back to the mansion and eat breakfast sounds more dumb. I mean, you kinda chose your own path, buddy. I wouldn't go back. That's even like more awkward. To school then? Letting out a sigh, I go downhill along the residential street. I arrived 30 minutes earlier than usual. The figures of students around the school gate are sparse. It seems I'm the only one who's arrived at this odd time. Well, not the only one, if it's sparse. Sparse means there are some students. From skipping school to getting there early, gotta make up for the lost time. On the school grounds, the athletic clubs are holding their practices. I'm not in any clubs right now, but truthfully, I like to move around a lot. I know that I have some athletic ability, at least enough to be proud of. But I can't join any clubs. My body always has this reoccurring anemia, so I would just be a bother, and my doctor has told me that I should not exercise frequently. Since middle school, I've been asked more than a few times to join a club, but I always have to say it's not my thing and refuse. I was not in a club either, though I feel like the whole club thing is a little different in high school. Like, there are clubs, I think, but not like as prevalent. Actually, I don't even know if there are like official clubs. I think they're all, well, I don't know. It's different. There's clubs in university though. I was in the anime club for 1 year, but I mean, it was alright. There were some alright people. There are actually some weird people though, and that's coming from me, who is not too normal. So, but that's literally my only club experience, and I was like on the student council in high school for like 1 year, but I didn't do shit there, to be honest. um, but I always had to say it's not my thing and refuse. Every time I refused, I felt a sense of separation. That might have been a subconscious wall that told me I would never be able to mix in with the people on the other side. That's enough. This really isn't my thing. I'll stop thinking such thoughts and hurry on to the classroom. Huh? I thought I was the first one, but it seems like some of my classmates are already here. Yo, you're early, Tono. Morning. This class seems to have a lot of people with spare time. Nah, our practice just got over with. Those that come here this early, who aren't in clubs, are usually only those with daily duties. I see. That does make sense, now that he mentions it. Greeting those around me, I take my seat. It's half an hour before homeroom. It's not a bad idea to just watch my classmates arrive. The classroom starts to get busy around 7:50. Huh? I think I saw Senpai in the hallway. She's down at the first year hallway again. What is she doing? Maybe she came to see me? Then I go in the hallway to talk to her. No, it probably doesn't concern me, so I just watch from here. An opening. I'll surprise her from behind. 3 is funny, though I feel like we can't surprise her because she's probably OP. I'd probably go with 2 since we're based in Artwood build, but oh, I don't have the walkthrough open, man. Blunder already. Walkthrough. I'm going 2, but 3 is funny. No, it says to go talk to her. Okay, why not? Let's chat with Seattle. Well, if she's walking around my classroom like that, maybe she does want to see me for some reason. I mean, if she wanted to see you, wouldn't she just, like, come in, though? I wonder, she normally just walks in without hesitating. Or did she finally realize it's strange for a third year to come to a second year's classroom? Why, though? It's like a 1 year difference. You can't be friends with, people 1 year your senior. Again, I think it's a little different in Japan for the social stuff. No, that definitely can't be it. Nodding to myself, I go to the hallway. Senpai. Huh? Tono-kun? Senpai seems rather surprised I told her and stands there with her mouth open. What are you doing? Class is about to start, so why are you so hanging around here? Senpai looked at me in amazement, then looked away. What am I doing? That is not any of your business, Tono-kun. No, well, maybe it isn't. No, I was lying. It is a little. I thought she was looking away, but she starts sniffing me. Senpai? Tono-kun, did you sleep well last night? Eh? She looks directly into my eyes as she asks. Sleep well? That goes without saying. I couldn't get to sleep easily last night, and also, I blush as the memories resurface. With a piercing gaze, Senpai looks up at me. Senpai, Tono-kun, you pervert. Huh? With a look indicating she wants to say more, Senpai quickly walks away. Okay. At lunch break, that guy who didn't even show up for a single class arrives. Based? Yo, Tono, food, let's get some food. He's happy about something, being even more energetic than usual. Of course, food. But you seem to be in a great mood. Did something happen, Arihito? Yup. I just asked Senpai if she wanted to eat lunch together, and she refused. That's odd. Senpai must be referring to Seo Senpai, but this guy seems to get happy when his offer is refused. Hey, Arihito, you have that sort of taste? No, I'm not finished. So I asked Senpai why not, and she said, if Tono-kun is there, then I don't want to come. Ooh, my bad. Wahahaha. Isn't that great, Tono? That's odd. Why have I been friends with this guy since middle school? Oh man, she really hates you, Tono. A rival's loss is my gain, so I'll treat you to lunch today. Arihito happily slaps my back. I see. Senpai's still mad at me about this morning. I have no idea why she's angry at me, but she definitely is angry. Hey, let's go, Tono. There's only seats enough for half the people using the cafeteria. That seems like a design flaw, to be honest. Arihito takes me by the arm and drags me off. I sit next to Arihito and eat my lunch. My school's cafeteria has a television! That's a design dub. And for better or worse, for our education, they play back the morning news they recorded this morning. Honestly, low-key, though. Television just playing the news? Like, put on CP24? Just Toronto / Mississauga Canadians know? I don't actually know how big CP24 is. Like, that's useful, man. I mean, maybe as a high school student, I might not care, but I don't know. I think I'd like to care. At any rate, the news they are playing back is talking about a drunk customer stabbing to death a convenience store employee. Something that makes me not want to go to a convenience store for a few days at least. Rough. What a Sorry, excuse me. What a dangerous world we live in. Indiscriminate serial killers, drunken people stabbing people. A man can't even feel safe playing around at night anymore. Arihito seems like he is seriously watching the news. Well, certainly it is dangerous, but at least those serial killings won't happen anymore, so things should be like usual. Bro has to stop saying that, because the way he says it, or just saying it in general, makes it seem like he knows something. Oh, really? Did they catch the serial killer? No, they haven't caught him. But Nero is no longer in this world, so the stupid title of the modern-day vampire killing shouldn't be showing up in the news anymore. And there will be no more of those meaningless killings. Well, they did have meaning, so Nero can live, man. Anyway, those terrible incidents won't happen anymore. There won't be any more victims, and the streets will be back to normal. No, I think there'll actually be another victim, Tono. What? How can you be so sure, Arihito? Well, look for yourself. The news says they found the 10th dead body. Eh? Also, like, okay, so there's another vampire. I'm guessing it's the serpent dude, but, like, if you actually think about it, and I just realized this now, so I'm not gonna act like it's obvious, but, like, of course it wasn't Nero doing it, because he just eats the bodies full. Like, we saw him. He just devours, he, like, scoops up the bodies, or lets his animals just eat them and just absorbs them like that. He doesn't leave bodies. I actually didn't realize that now, but like that should have been obvious. And obviously, there's more to the story because you know we're not done. And Nero was just the mid boss, sadly, even though he was so cool, man. Oh, really? That's right behind the movie theater I always go to. Like, it just made sense. I can't believe I didn't really put that together. But yeah, he just, like, fully devours the people. This guy just sucks the blood. I'm guessing it's the serpent. It might not be, but that's literally the only vampire they've named who's different, so. Hey, wait. I pushed Haruhito and looked at the TV. What I see is, without a doubt, the news reporting that the 10th victim of the serial killings was found last night. That can't be. Nero, is dead. So why is there another dead body with most of its blood drained? This modern vampire guy. Spoiler, it's Arihito somehow? Nah, they wouldn't do that to me. I don't know anything about the person, but if it's like the Setsi chick, I wouldn't mind getting my blood sucked. Yeah, that's like the most high school thing I've heard. Or just degenerate. Degenerate thing well, like the high school guy would definitely say that. And some weird people would say that. Would I say that? Depends how hot she looks. So I guess, yeah. If it's like a Setsi chick, he maybe wouldn't mind getting his blood sucked. His stupid talk might be right. Oh man, I mean, Shitty's feeling it because of his dream last night. No way. I don't want to think about it, but even with Nero gone, there's still one more vampire left. Shitty. Why do you say... What? Left. Shitty. What a weird way to end the sentence. Classes end and school is over. Actually, it's more like at some point school was over. Wrapped up in my bad thoughts, I looked up and suddenly find myself alone. The serial killings are still happening. I don't know what that means. The only one who knows the answer is probably Artwood. I don't know. I'm not involved in any of those incidents anymore. Once I settled things with Nero, I came back to the ordinary world. Then I can only be insane to want to go back to that abnormal world once again. I shouldn't be involved. I understand even if I don't say it. That's probably my second most correct choice. But a long time ago, someone taught me the most correct choice. Listen, Shitty, every person's life is filled with pitfalls. You have more power to do something about it than most people, so you've got to get it together. So I just can't pretend I didn't see it. This incident isn't over yet. It seems once I got involved in this incident, I have to see this out to the very end. I leave school. First, let's go to Artwood's place. Oh, her room is still the same, but Artwood isn't there. Apparently the door was unlocked too. Her room, wait, I just said that. Well, I didn't think I'd find her this easy. Looks like I have to go out of the city and look for her. You're telling me also when we were like just looking around the city for her, we didn't think of just going to her place? Last episode? I feel like that's the first place you should check. Also, it's daytime, so she should be sleeping. But she can walk around in the day, so... I don't know. If she isn't sleeping, if she's not at home. The sun sinks and the city is really starting to get dark. I looked around the major places in the city, but I didn't even catch a glimpse of her. Also, another clue that Nero wasn't the serial killer. I believe all the serial killer victims were women, and Nero just doesn't give a fuck and eats whoever. Doesn't really have a preference, so... Damn it. She was around when it didn't matter, so why can't I find her when I do need her? What should I do? The night is just beginning, so search for Artwood, aimlessly return to the mansion. I mean, I just go home, man. That's just me, but this is the Artwood route, so it's probably one, but... It's by way of the walkthrough. No, it's return to the mansion. Yeah, that's what I thought. The fact that they put aimlessly too just made it seem like such a lost cause. Let's go back home. Like I'm assuming the city's kind of big. It's just there's not a high chance of just walking around and finding a person, right? It's quiet at the mansion gate. The time is 7 o'clock at night. Ake should be back, probably having tea in the sitting room. Have we ever have we ever made curfew in this game? I swear we're supposed to be back at a certain time, but we literally just break it every night. I'm not sure what's going on, but I hear voices coming from the sitting room. It's almost time for dinner, so it's strange for people to just be talking at this time. Kawaku-san should be in the kitchen, and I think that conversation between Hisui and Akia would be out of character. Kawaku-san and Akia are drinking tea, perhaps? Well, I guess that's most likely. First things first, I open the mansion's front door. Hisui's standing in the lobby. I'm a little late, but I'm back. Hisui silently greets me, devoid of any expression. She does not say her usual welcome back, and she looks like she's in a bad mood. Did something happen? I might be imagining it, but you seem a little angry. There's a guest for you, Shiki-sama. No, it's probably Artwood. She's been waiting in the sitting room, so please hurry there. I'm guessing it's Artwood. I thought it was gonna be, I don't know, something bad. Something like bad, like some, like, I don't know, enemy sort of thing, like someone with beef with Akia or something, but it's probably just Artwood, so that's alright. A desk for me? Hisui nods. I wonder who. There isn't anyone who would come visit me. Oh wait, I have this terrible, terrible feeling. Hisui, what kind of person is it? A pretty woman with golden hair. Yeah, that narrows it down. Hisui's response is straightforward. I wordlessly dash towards the sitting room. Too late. It seems the current state of affairs is already at a level I can't escape from. Oh shit, that is a sweet looking CG though. Look at that. Welcome home, Nissan. Oh, you're finally back. They both greet me in a completely opposite manners. What is this? Artwood and Akia seem to be confronting each other. They're both sitting down calmly, but while Artwood's calmness is natural, Akia's calmness is from her hostility towards Artwood. Akia takes a look at me. What is the matter, Nissan? You do not have to stand there. Please, have a seat here. I feel like I'll get stabbed if I go over there. I'm fine. Anyway, Akia, this person is, well... how should I explain this? Akia would not believe me if I say she's a classmate of mine, and telling her I met her in town would be like throwing oil on a fire. Well? What is it? Now that we're in this situation, I think it doesn't matter what I say, but I have to make a good excuse and get out of it. That's what I have to do, but why did Artwood come here in the first place? Did she say why she came here? I point to Artwood in a desperate suicide gamble. She tilts her head confused. Isn't she one of your friends, Nissan? That is what she told me. Well, yeah, you can say she's a friend. I see. I really would like for her to be introduced to me. If she is your friend, Nissan, I can't push her out of our house. Well, Akia-san. I start to stammer again. Then Artwood, unable to sit quietly through our sibling conversation, joins in without my permission. Please don't worry about it. I just came here to get Shiki, so we'll be on our way. This is not right, Shiki. My whole world jolts. This is bad. If I let her keep talking, she'll lead me to an early grave. You'll be fine, man. Ha 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 ha. Laughing desperately, I run to Artwood and grab her arm. Just leave. That would be hilarious. Hey, Shiki, what are you doing all of a sudden? This is no time to listen to her complaints. I pull on her arm and dash out of the sitting room, leaving a stunned Akia behind. Wait, he's actually just leaving? Holy, that's so funny. Hisui is in the lobby. She looks at me with a somewhat colder eyes than usual as I run with Artwood. What's the problem, man? Can't have female friends around here. Are you leaving, Shiki-sama? Yeah, I'll be back late. I really am sorry, but can you leave the gate open? Yes, as you wish. I dash past Hisui, courteously bowing figure and escape the mansion. Ow. Just what in the world were you thinking taking me outside so quickly like that? That's my line. What in the world were you thinking? Coming into my house like that is just insane. I mean, I don't know, from her perspective, what's wrong? I feel like we're just making it awkward. Probably because there's already like an awkward atmosphere in the house, but she wouldn't know that, man. You trying to destroy my life, you idiot? I grit my teeth as I glare at Arkwood. Idiot? Are you calling me an idiot? I'm calling an idiot, so what else is there, idiot? If you want to argue, I'm listening. Eh? Huh? I'm completely infuriated. It's been a while since I've been this mad, and once I'm mad I have to say everything I want to the person I'm mad at, no matter who it is. Hey, I just came to see you. I didn't do anything to make you mad. Wait, are you serious, Arkwood? You only came to see me. I'm on Arkwood's side. This is like a normal person going, like, she didn't do anything weird. She knocked. She's like, hey, I'm Shiki's friend. I need to see him. And then she waited for him. That seems completely normal. I didn't even say anything weird. I didn't say anything to you about your sister, about your eyes, or about me or anything. Of course. If you did, we wouldn't be talking like this. I would not have hesitated to throw you out if you did. I don't get it. It's fine, Arkwood. You did the normal thing. And why are you so mad? That's because you don't ever think. Look, you already stand out just being here. I'll say it now, but you should realize that just by being here, you caused trouble. That's crazy. For the time being, I said it all. It's not her fault. Getting it out of my system calms me down, but obviously Arkwood isn't so calm. Looking like a cat, she stares at me ill-temperedly. What? Saying things like that, what do you mean I stand out? Don't I look like any other human? Well, not really. But that's mainly because of the red eyes, but this is like a anime universe, so that's probably normal. I don't know. No, beautiful women always stand out. It doesn't have anything to do with being human. Answer directly. I answer so flatly that Arkwood understands flatly too. Well, I said too much. It was the first time that's happened to me, so I kind of panicked. That's okay. It seems like I was the one to blame. No, not really. Don't get gaslit. You did nothing wrong, literally. Arkwood nods meekly. I feel a little guilty because I think there's something more to it than that. We did just call her hot, but I don't know if that's why. In the first place, why did she come to my house? Anyway, why did you come over? Well, I want to talk to you too, so I guess it's a good thing. Really? I was just wondering how you were doing, so I swung by to see you. Okay, I thought she was coming because of the vampire, but... So it's a good thing she came, then. I see. Next time, please do so in a different place. And as stealthily as possible, too. I'm worn out. Anyway, I want to have a serious talk. I want to talk about it somewhere else since I feel uneasy here. So is that okay? Sure, but talk about what? You'll see. There'll be less people around, so let's go to more towards the middle of the park. Telling her to come on, I started walking. Tilting her head in curiosity, she follows me, obediently. What did you want to talk about, Shiki? About vampires. You said it before, that the recent serial killings were the work of a vampire. Arkwood nods. Then do you know the morning news said another victim was found? She was killed last night and drained of her blood. Arkwood's eyes narrow. Arkwood's eyes narrow, yeah. Something like a freezing tension races down my spine. Oh? And you... I swallow hard. What, are you trying to accuse her? She stares right at me. Almost a stare of which she tells me she will attack immediately if I move even the slightest bit. Isn't it strange, Arkwood? Nero is dead, so why are these incidents still happening? Don't tell me that you... It's not her. That's not it at all. That's not me, but another vampire. Arthur's response immediately loosening the tension. But I'm not satisfied. What do you mean? The work of another vampire? So they just keep coming? That is kind of funny. Of course not. The serial killings were always the work of just one vampire from the very beginning. Yeah, true. I mean, she's done explain it, but yeah, I can't believe I didn't really put together that Nero wasn't the serial killer. It just doesn't match his character. Because he's too cool to leave bodies, man. He doesn't waste them. He takes all the biomass and absorbs it. So no new vampires will come, and Nero was unrelated to those incidents. Eh? Nero was unrelated? What do you mean? It's just like I said. You're normally pretty sharp, but you're lost at some points. I don't even know if he's normally pretty sharp, to be honest. Think you're giving him a little credit there. Too much credit, I should say. Think back, Chiki. Nero was a vampire, but did he ever suck human blood? Nah, he just mushed them, man. Sucked blood? He ate humans and... Oh, I see. Why didn't I notice? Sorry, getting the call. Okay. I see. Why didn't I notice such a simple mistake? I'm with you there, buddy. Sometimes, I mean, it's just because he was so oppressive. Like, you couldn't really think of anything else, man. The victims of the serial killings are found with their bodies drained of blood. But Nero was different. Also, like, I feel like Nero's, I'm just trying to guess, is probably, like, at least combat-wise, stronger than this. I mean, if it is, like, the serpent dude, then maybe not. Just, they kind of hyped him up too, but I don't know. Nero is kind of crazy. Just unlucky. He didn't leave any dead bodies behind. He not only drank the blood, but also ate the meat, leaving no trace. To prove it, the people eaten by him at the hotel were treated as missing people, not killed people. So that means it is something completely different. Normie vampire. Wait, then what is the serial killings going on right now? Just who is doing it? That's a different vampire than Nero. To be more specific, the vampire is why I came here, and Nero came here to following me. Ah, it's like a train. It's that sort of correlation. What, so the one you were after wasn't Nero after all? I mean, yeah, she was surprised to see that Nero was here, so. Yes, I didn't ever say he was my initial target. I was his target, but he was never my target. And my target is the one called the serial killer in the city. Shitty, I don't quite believe it, but don't tell me you made such a simple mistake. Okay, don't rub it in for me too, alright? What? I gasp in shock. I mean, that makes a lot of sense, but like, in that like context of what she just said, I assumed she was after the vampire serial killer, and then when she saw, oh, you're here, Nero, like she just didn't know the vampire serial killer was Nero, which obviously is wrong, but like that was what was in my mind. Okay. She said her purpose is to kill vampires, so I just thought it was Nero she was after. So what is it? Killing Nero that night was pointless? It wasn't pointless. Bro killed like over 100 people while he was here. He's done well, not infinitely, but a lot more damage to the city than the serial killer vampire dude. So like it was more important to kill Nero low key. It wasn't pointless. You fought in my place. Well, if you didn't kill me, you probably wouldn't have had to in the first place. Still confident, even though Nero said if he caught her in his weird half-body trap, she wouldn't be able to escape even at full power. But I guess like her experiencing it herself probably means she could. She can probably gauge her own power. I feel a little dizzy. In other words, those vampire killings had nothing to do at all with Nero. It was the work of another vampire? Yeah, that's right. But that's my problem, so you don't have to worry about it. But more than that, hey. With an extremely happy smile, Arthur looks up at me and I still stand there in surprise. How was last night? Who came? Huh? What? You're about to read a scene with mature content. What does she mean by last night? Was it really her? I don't understand what she's talking about. After all, I'm the idiot who mistook Artwood's words and made such a stupid mistake, so of course I don't understand what she is saying, and... Huh? Did Artwood ask me who came last night? Artwood? What do you mean by last night? That's strange. I know I sent you a dream familiar. A dream familiar? Wait, what's a dream familiar then? Okay, so it wasn't malicious. She just sent something. It's like a familiar that lets you see a dream about what you desire the most. Okay, that literally explains everything. So it could have been Artwood, CL, or your own sister. Interesting. You're a male, so I sent you a succubus. Oh, thanks, buddy. Honestly, we needed to drain the tension, but it just created more tension, so... Was it really worth it? Wasn't it a good dream? You can just do that, though? It's kind of crazy. A good dream. That was... No! Ah, fuck. I should have paused, dude. My rant reflexes were on since we're not playing rant. I have to remember to censor that. I remember the realistic dream I had and my face turns red. That was your doing. Urquhart grins even more. Crap. If I stayed quiet in this conversation would have been over, but since I reacted so strongly... Now she's curious. Ah, so you did get it. So, who came? I know it was your sister, right? Insane sentence. Not Akia. What kind of guy do you think I am? Well, we'll see once we get to her route. I am. I'm not crazy to do that to a sister. Okay, I just fucked that up a little. Whatever. If it wasn't your sister, then was it the maids at the mansion? Artwood looks at me full of amusement. She's acting like the Artwood from last night's dream. It doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. I look away from her and refuse. But Artwood keeps saying, come on, over and over. Come on, tell me. You can at least tell me who you dreamed about. Why? She acts like a curious kid. Every time I turn away, she keeps jumping in front of me saying, come on. This is pure torture. She's as mischievous as last night's dream. I bury my face in my hands. Hey, Shiki, don't be quiet and tell me. Artwood keeps looking at me with those upturned eyes. I can't. God. This is my limit. You. Ah! Crazy. Said it. Bro actually said it. Eh? What about me? Don't make me say it again. I'm saying that it was you who came. I shout angrily as I look away. Artwood's eyes widen in surprise. Me? Yeah, it's not a joke. You came and... There's no way I can finish. Ah. Now Artwood looks away from me, looking very uncomfortable. Well, that's what you get for, prying, okay? Now it's just weird vibes. Neither of us know what to say. The uncomfortable silence continues. Ahem. I can't bear the silence any longer and force out that cough. In the first place, why did you send me that dream familiar thing? Are you still angry at me for killing you? It was a reward! What do you mean? How is that in any way a punishment? That's not it at all. I sent it as a thanks for defeating Nero. I really am grateful to you. I thought you'd be extremely happy. Yeah, Shitty's tweaky, man. How would that ever be, like, a bad thing? As thanks, I'll pass on that kind of thanks. Send me a fucking dream succubus, man. Happily take it. Who knows what'll pop into my dream, though. I have no idea. Having that kind of poor taste, just what are vampires thinking? Bro, send one to Arihito, man. He would appreciate the gift. I slumped my shoulders. I don't know what she's mad about, but she looks at me with a dissatisfied expression. Because you're shitting on her gift? What do you mean you don't know what she's mad about? What's that all about, you meanie? True. I know I'm not human. She turns away, then starts walking off. Hey, hold on. Where are you going? It's nothing to do with you. Don't follow me. Is she really that angry? Yeah. I don't blame her, man. Urton walks away without even turning around. Where does she plan on going anyway? Maybe I did say too much. No matter what the results were or the methods used, she really thanked me with good intentions. I start to feel intense regret and think maybe I should have just accepted her gift happily. Yeah, true. Damn it. Why is it that I just can't leave Artwood alone? Ah, hey, I said wait. Surrounded by the night, Artwood walks down the street. She looks straight ahead, her white figure with golden hair fluttering. It bears a horrible resemblance to the first time I saw her. No, or perhaps it's like the time she faced off with Nero. For some reason, I have a bad feeling about this. Hey, Artwood! Artwood continues to walk without turning around. I just want to talk to you. You can at least tell me what you're going to do. Of course, Artwood just continues walking without turning around. It'd be miserable if I left things like this. I decide to follow her silently for now. The footsteps echo through the night air. And then Artwood suddenly stops and turns around. Don't follow me. Don't you understand it's troubling for a normal person like you to follow me around? So tell me what you're going to do and I'll go back. It doesn't concern you, so leave me alone. Artwood strides off once more. Crap. Seems like our wordless wandering is going to continue. Yeah, let's just continue to stalk her. It'll probably work out. When we approach the main street, Artwood freezes. Found it. Eh? Her voice is told like a totally different person. The vampire's house? Ah. A chill runs up my spine. Even from behind I can feel the hostility manifesting itself in her. Artwood, what are you? I can't even finish. It's clear what she intends to do without saying anything. Without a doubt, there's nothing but pure, unadulterated intent to kill. Hey, what are you thinking? Artwood doesn't answer. Her eyes are fixed solely on a man in a business suit walking by. Shitty. Take off your glasses and look at that person. That person? You mean that businessman? Hurry. If you want to know what I'm doing, then leave the questions for later. Alright. I don't like to look while in town, but I take off my glasses. Gah! It's purple! Instantly, a light headache springs forth. In exchange for the pain, I can see lines running all along the walls and ground. Another question, Shiki. You only see points on living things, right? Oh no. Oh, I guess we just see lines under, not points. But we saw a point for Nero. Right? Yeah, that seems to be true. Things like buildings only have lines. Oh, like, okay, when she said living things, I thought she was talking about undead, but just like structures and stuff. I saw them matching the time in that hotel, but at the cost of a headache that almost caused me to pass out. Right, since you're a living being, you can't comprehend the death of inanimate objects. So in order to see the death of inanimate objects, you must first connect to a circuit of the same orientation as them. To see, you have to comprehend them first. Then another question. Shiki, how does that person look to you? It'll just be the same as No points! Without thinking, I step backwards. What is that? Certainly all humans have lines on them, but they only have countable amounts, and they also look like geometric patterns. But what is that? There are lines running all through him. Those lines are all over him, like blood vessels, so much that I can't even make out his appearance. Gah, I want to puke. Those black lines, scribbles, making a human shape. Everywhere throughout it, I can see black points that look like they are flowing blood. Shitty, how does it look? I was hoping it would look normal to you. I can't answer. Right now, it takes all of my strength just not to vomit. I see. How unfortunate that you can even see death on that thing. Yeah, it's not normal, but I can still see the lines. I knew it. You can even kill the dead. The fact that they don't have any life has no meaning for you. I wonder if that's like the ghoul thing. You know, like how vampires can turn people not into full vampires, but like ghouls, which are kind of like zombie dudes that eat insects for power. In the OG lore, anyways. But like not full vampires, like the slaves of vampires. Something that moves, something that breaks. You can stop it completely without exception. You're more of a monster, Shiki. Eh? As you saw, you can't call that thing human anymore. It's a vampire that deceives death by sucking the blood of other people. Artwood quickens her step. She walked straight toward the man. Hey, Artwood. Wait, so that's a vampire, not a ghoul. Stay there, Shiki. Is that really the serial killer? Did that young man realize Artwood was there? He starts running towards a back alley. Artwood strides silently. Underneath the moonlight, she disappears into that alley. Thump. The sound of my heartbeat is awfully close. It's not even late at night. Not even real late at night. Even though I'm in the midst of bustling shopping district, I can't sense anyone besides me. Thump. My glasses. I have to put on my glasses. If I don't do that, I'll see terrible things. I'll see something so terrible that everything I've seen so far would be nothing in comparison to it. That would be crazy, because he's seen a lot of shit. Thump. But my body won't move. My eyes that can see this patchwork world look towards that alley in fascination. Suddenly, sounds vanish. And the presence of other people, the sound of the wind, and the smell of the dirt, all of it freezes. Under the frozen moon, a bizarre noise sounds from the other side of the wall. Go. No way I can see it. I can't hear anything. A sickening sound, but I can see it. My eyes definitely see the sound of death and death crashing. Ah. My vision turns crimson. Why do my eyes see death, something that shouldn't be able to be seen? My glasses. I have to put on my glasses or I'll go insane. I hold back the rising gorge in my throat and use my shaking hand to put on my glasses. Sound and light return. Now that I'm calm, I glance around and see nothing out of the ordinary in the shopping district. The bustling of many people passing by. The brightness of a store's decorated show window and the sound of rushing car engines. I'm panting excessively. I can hardly breathe. Even though I put my glasses back on, I can still feel a lingering remnant of that death, and it makes me sick. Artwood walks out from the alley with faltering steps, breathing even harder than I am. Shiki, I see you are still here. Shoulders heaving up and down, she passes by me. Her body sways back and forth, and she walks weakly as if she was sick. To be honest, I still feel nauseous, but seeing Artwood in pain like that makes me bear it. Wait, what in the world? I'm fine, just a little tired, so don't worry. It really doesn't concern you, Shiki. Idiot, if you're tired, then rest. With such a pale face, you can't be fine. Even as I breathe shallowly for air, I grab Artwood's arm. Hey now, you say that, but you look like you'll collapse too. It's just my anemia. If you have time to worry about me, worry about your health. It's fine. There's no point in worrying about it anyway. Your breathing really is weak. Don't tell me that wound from that time. It hasn't healed, but I can't bring myself to finish. It's because she got it saving me. She doesn't answer and looks down. That is affirmation rather than disagreement. What are you doing in your condition? You have to take it easy until you're fully healed. I do think I'm taking it easy. No, you're not. Even if you are at the level beyond humans, what in the world were you going to do? What in the world were you doing earlier in your condition? I just can't leave her be. I knew it. I just can't leave this person who's always getting into trouble alone. Don't be silent and answer me. Until you tell me, I won't go away. I grasp both of her shoulders. Still looking down, she gives us a slight nod. Geez, you really are persistent. Fine, let's go somewhere else to talk. Releasing herself, she waveringly starts to walk away. We come to the park. As if walking restored her strength, her face looks as cheerful as always. Well, as you wish, Shiki. I'll talk about whatever you want. I don't know where her previous sweetness went, but she looks really haughty all of a sudden. Then I'll ask, but just what was that guy earlier? You said he was a vampire, but a vampire, was he what you were after? No, he certainly is part of my target, but putting the dead bat into the graves isn't my goal. I only got him because he was a minion of my enemy. Okay, he was a duel, but the way they were talking about him made it seem more like he might have been just a vampire. If I left him alone, he would kill more people to increase his power. Artwood. Could you explain it so I can understand? I don't even know if that guy was even human or not. Oh, I guess I never really did explain it to you in detail about vampires. Nero was a sort of aberration amongst the vampire race, so I didn't really need to explain it at that time. What is a normal vampire then? What I mean is what you think of all vampires. Immortal, never aging, sucking human blood, turning that human into a vampire, being destroyed by sunlight, all of that. So I guess he was like a vampire, not a ghoul, but he was just like an actual vampire, but just like weak because he was newly turned or something like that. My enemy is that old type of vampire. So you mean the enemy of yours is the one behind all the recent serial killings? I suppose, but the killing of all those people by sucking their blood might be the work of the dead, like the one you saw earlier. Shiki, you remember how Nero's body was made up of all those familiars, right? Yeah, that's not exactly something I can easily forget. The dead are like that. When the humans have their blood sucked by a vampire, they can also receive some of the vampire's blood. Okay, classic way to turn someone into a vampire. They die, but remain in this world as a servant of the vampire. They are called the dead, and they are like the vampire's familiars. Maybe it's easier to understand if I use the word zombie. Use ghoul. It's closer to the voodoo belief in Haiti, where the white serpent god Damballa is invoked to control a dead body. But let's just say a dead body that moves is a zombie, right? Okay, yeah. I don't know if you know, but like before like Night of the Living Dead, and zombies were like, you know, rotting dead corpses walking around. All the zombie like before that is what she said, just like voodoo victims. Like if you watch any of the older zombie movies, they're just like people being mind controlled by some voodoo people. It's interesting, but I mean, I'm not even the biggest zombie fan, but I do think, you know, actual zombies are more interesting than the voodoo zombies. Yeah, I can visualize it better that way. I get it. So the man was killed by a vampire who just uses him as a zombie? Yes, Ardwin nods happily. I'm so confused though. Why would a vampire do that? What do you mean? Getting some familiars. It's always good to have an army behind you. Some minions? Killing people, not letting them die, but controlling them. What bad taste. You're right, those vampires do have bad taste. But that's something only the dead apostles do. Those that were always vampires from the beginning do not do such things. Always vampires from the very beginning? She explained this! The true ancestors! I remember. You said there were two types of vampires. Those who were vampires originally and those who were humans. Okay, at least you remembered. When I heard that before, it kind of stuck in my head. I thought it was a little odd. So what exactly do you mean by those who weren't originally vampires? Simple. I'm just saying that dead apostles used to be humans. They either gained immortality through magic or became servants of the true ancestors that sucked their blood. Shitty, you said it was bad taste to use killed humans, but that's just the least of it. There are other vampires who think up worse games. A game? What is that? You guys kill for fun and use their dead bodies as toys? I won't deny that. For vampires, amusement is the same as breathing. For those who are once human but gain perfect immortality, their greatest enemy is boredom. They didn't have a reason to become immortal to start with, so once they gained immortality, they lost all kinds of greed. Their goal was immortality itself, so I guess that's just the way things are. They're bored so they want to play? Don't be ridiculous. Isn't it enough that they won't age or die? Do they really need anything else? That's what I said. They got everything they wanted. After that, there is no meaning to existence. As soon as someone realizes that they have no value, that their life is stopped, then their meaning of existence disappears too. Immortality is also another word for death. So they started to wear down and they started to create their own amusement, as if to tell themselves they could have fun as long as they lived. That's their beginning. They copy humans and see themselves in a game as lords of a castle expanding their territory. I guess you could call it the country of the dead. It seems they got more enjoyment out of that than they expected. She speaks as if she was talking of other people. Urquhart should be one of those, but she clearly doesn't seem like that. She has that sort of hobby. Well, she is going around killing them, so obviously not. Well, we'll change the topic, but dead apostles were originally human. There are a few cases where they became vampires through their own magical research, like what Karitsu's dad was trying to do, but the majority of them were humans who had their blood sucked. They are immortal, but they can't last forever. They can only be immortal if they drink the blood of others. Didn't I say their immortality was imperfect? If they can't feed on humans, then their immortality is gone. Wait a minute, isn't that odd? In order to become immortal, they drink the blood of humans. But doesn't that mean the new dead apostles will be born every time they do that? Not if they don't give them their blood. Keep up, Shiki. That's true, but things get complex from here. The people who have their blood sucked die. But at the same time, if the dead apostle places a little of their blood inside the corpse, the body cannot die. Those bodies were unable to die, stay a number of years in the grave, and when the brain decays and the soul is fixated in the body, they become a flesh-eating corpse, ghoul. So that's different than the guy we killed? Only 1 out of every 100 people have this potential, so not everyone gets to stay. Well, there are those that have the natural ability to step up, this progress, and become a vampire immediately. But this is so rare it's out of the question. So, the dead bodies that become ghouls eat the flesh of other corpses in order to sustain their decaying body parts. After restoring their bodies fully, they can become zombies, members of the class of living corpses, the living dead. So, ghouls under zombies. So these living dead, is that from the dead before? Is that the dead from before? Not at all. The dead are just puppets. The living dead are much weaker than the dead, but they are members of the vampire race with a will of their own. They are on a different level of those manipulated dead. And after many years, once a living dead is able to restore its intelligence, it becomes a vampire. So that's like the true process of creating an actual vampire. They die. They wake up after like 5 years if they have the potential. And I guess they like dig around and eat the other corpses in the graveyard if they're stuck in the graveyard. And eventually, after eating enough and surviving enough, they become a real vampire. That's probably about only 1 out of every 10,000 who have this ability. Huge lottery. I said it before, but the more potential you have, the higher the success rate to stay. We call the dead apostles the ones that made all these kinds of vampires. That's still odd. If this game goes on, then won't the world be overflowing with vampires eventually? Not necessarily. The dead apostles usually get killed by the new vampires they created. Really? Didn't I say it before? They act like humans. For their own enjoyment, they place their own blood inside humans they preyed upon. 1 out of 10,000s of those corpses become vampires and eventually kill their parent vampire, becoming a new dead apostle themselves. Do you have to do that to become basically the top of the ladder, which is the dead apostles? Like knights becoming lords through strength of arms and killing the king, they can only survive by playing those sorts of games. Yeah, I don't really understand why, but I guess that stops them from dying of boredom. The whims of an existence close to a devil, I suppose. Even if they are immortal, if they can't hold on to their meaning for existence, it's an empty immortality. Urquhart remarks how silly it is as she slumps her shoulders. I see. Then the dead that you killed earlier, that was something like a soldier of the dead apostles? Not so much a soldier as a puppet. The dead apostles control the dead bodies by skipping the process of becoming a vampire. The dead are completely connected to their parent vampire. In order for them to survive, they attack others to eat their flesh, but more than half of that energy goes to their master. Like a queen bee nourished by the worker bees, the dead apostle can use the dead to increase their power while they sleep. My enemy can't be found easily because he's using a lot of the dead. He only dirties his hands once. After that, he simply controls the dead while he sleeps and expands his territory. They say many bodies are found in the recent supposed serial killings, but these are actually just failures. To tell the truth, there are over 100 victims in the city. Okay, maybe he's just as bad as Nero. Might have to take back my earlier statement. Also, all the bodies just ended up being young girls, so maybe you should stop killing them if they have bad potential to turn into vampires. Is what I'm getting. But only a small amount, the ones discovered, are the victims in the news. What? Over 100? There are that many that had their blood sucked? And all those people sucked the blood of others to make them into monsters like themselves, like that wandering lifeless thing earlier? That's ridiculous. 3 days ago, I remember how all those people in the hotel were killed for no reason. I was there, but I didn't see it, so I can only visualize and can't really tell what kind of violence it was. It's still the same. I can't fathom the existence of vampires that suck human blood just to increase their own territory. Just without reason and without recognition. If someone close to me died like that, how would I act? Dude, it might be that one girl from school. She's missing, man. I don't know. I don't want to imagine it, but for a brief instant, I imagine Atia being drained of blood and discarded like trash. What makes me mad is that this worst case scenario could happen at any minute in this town and I didn't even have a clue about it before. I knew you would be angry, Shiki. I didn't want to talk about it because for the prey, for you guys, this is an inexcusable evil. For people like you, the actions of the vampires are inexcusable. That's right. That's just all so ridiculous. Even if it's people I don't know about, they have their pasts and even the dreams they hoped for. Even I don't want to be killed just for the fun of it. That's just too regretful. It's too meaningless. That's all just so regretful, isn't it? That's right. All those people were killed by Nier in the midst of fear and chaos. Weren't their last thoughts full of regret, full sadness? That night at the park. The girl who was killed by Nero when she passed by the park by sheer coincidence. She didn't even realize when she died. That meaninglessness. That abruptness of its ending. A death no one else even knows about. When it happened, I was broken apart by the complete irrationality of it. I don't know why I was struggling with that. My fear of Nero disappeared, and more than anything else, I hated him. I can't accept it. No matter what the reason, I can't accept it. I grit my teeth. Shiki, there is no reason. For them, it's just a game. That's why it's ridiculous. It's just a game to you all? Nero and this other guy, what do they think human life is? They come up with such games because they think it's nothing. Well, Nero had a purpose. He was experimenting with his own body, knowing that he would lose his consciousness ability. He was just pushing the limits. So, I mean, maybe that's a game, but, some scientificness to it, I think. Even I can't understand how they think, nor do I intend to. But if you ask who is at fault here, it's the weaker one, right? In the end, those that are killed are at fault. Holy. It's all the will of nature that those who are unable to protect themselves are killed. What? But Shiki, if you talk about it that way, your human species is really strong. The ability to make up for their weakness as a species with other things, that makes them the strongest in a way. Probably the only ones that can kill the greatest creature called the world are you humans. But even though they are strong as a species, they are weak as individuals. They can't live without sacrificing lives of those not of their race, which is the ultimate evil, is it not? It doesn't matter if they have intelligence or not. For you guys, everything is fair game for food, is it not? True? So the ones doing the killings are always right. If there's a sin, then it's you guys not being able to protect yourself under that rule. That's just the argument of the strong. Humans aren't strong like you at all. I mean, we're dominating the world and literally eating any animal that exists, technically, so I get that point. But this is just the point of, oh, humans eat everything, so vampires eat humans, it's just nature, sort of thing. Because we can't protect ourselves fully, that's why we have to live together, to help each other. I don't know what to do if somebody like you guys came in and... That's true. That's your defense mechanism. Since you can't protect yourself when those kinds of species enter a group, you guys make rules to ensure they are unable to enter. Yes, it's just like you say, Shiki. So usually this town's case doesn't happen. You may not know it, but your human race is really strong. You have erected a defense mechanism against those races which far exceed yours. If it was functioning properly, the city would not have had a vampire these last 8 years. Defense mechanism? Yes. The reason vampires hide the bodies of their victims and stay out of sight isn't because they don't want to be known to humans. To protect their own lives, they conceal their identity and expand their territory. They don't want it to be known that vampires exist at all. If they move freely about, the defense mechanism would arrive. Well, they probably haven't arrived, even though that modern-day vampire news is going on, because this is an atheist country. She's talking about the church. Her word choice is too unique that I can't really grasp what she's saying, and they have arrived. But you can relax, Shiki. Even if their avowed enemies are not in this country, I'm here right now. Didn't I say earlier my purpose was to execute vampires? I don't know where that heavy atmosphere went because Artwood instantly becomes cheerful. Yeah, I remember. But you're a vampire too, right? Why do you side with us humans? I'm not really siding with you humans, but I'm doing it because I don't have anything else to do. She doesn't have anything else to do? I still don't understand her. Doing that does bring the dead apostles after me, but you beat Nero who was pursuing me, didn't you, Shiki? So now I can go back to the original plan and defeat my enemy. You can go back to living your normal life now, and you don't have to associate with me anymore. She smiles as if she is happy about something. Yeah. That makes me happy, but are you okay by yourself? Those words floated in the back of my head. There's something wrong with me. Feeling guilty about letting her face danger all by herself. There really has to be something wrong with me. Shiki, why are you making that troubled face again? Because I'm troubled. This is something that involves the city I live in. I said you shouldn't worry. In 2 or 3 days it'll all be over and there won't be any more victims. Yeah, honestly I don't want to be involved. But saying that line, shouldn't I, the one actually living in the city, say that line instead of Artwood? Artwood. Can I ask a question? This enemy you speak of, is he strong? Well, he should be many times superior to the dead earlier. I haven't met him this time, but he has been latent for 8 years, so maybe he's a class 5 by now. You're saying he's stronger than the dead before, but is he stronger than Nero? Looking like she was in so much pain from fighting just him, isn't she taking him a little lightly? Class 5, I don't get it, but does that mean he's stronger than Nero? Not a chance. Dude, that's what I'm thinking, man. Nero was just a beast, literally. Nero was special. He was a pure, supreme vampire that would be difficult to defeat even with my full power. Compared to him, this enemy is pretty weak. Oh, then there's no way you would be defeated. I breathe out in relief. Who knows? A few days earlier and he wouldn't be a problem, but now I'm just recovering. The possibility that he has more power is actually high. Recovering? Are you sick or something, Artwood? Yeah, I still have the effects from when you killed me, and I don't think I'll be fine for at least a few more days. Aha. That's right, the reason why Artwood is weak isn't anyone's fault but mine. Artwood lightly touches her side. It seems the wounds don't heal like usual. I can manage the outside, but I can't heal the inside. That wound as well, the one she received to save me. I'm at a loss for words. It's completely my fault she's in that position, so why? Why doesn't she hold it against me? Why does she just give me that innocent smile? You need to stop. Until you heal up, you should just rest. If you take a day off or two, things won't be that bad, so. That's no good. Thanks to Nero coming, the enemy knows I'm here. If I rest, that's like telling him I'm weakened. So you're saying you're going to keep on going like this? Yep. Since I don't know where the enemy's lair is, I have to keep destroying his blood supply. If I cut that off, it will force him to come out. Artwood, what if that's tomorrow? Wouldn't you be killed instead? Then, I want to tell her to stop, but I halt mid-sentence. Like Artwood says, if the enemy sees weakness, Artwood might be killed. More than anything else, I learned from the past 4 days. Artwood isn't someone to stop halfway when she's decided to do something, no matter how much it hurts. Damn, Artwood won't stop. If I leave her alone, she probably won't even be able to talk like this. It makes me mad, but she's not even afraid of her own death. Is that so? Why does she smile like that? If she doesn't smile like that, if she acted more like a real vampire, I wouldn't have to feel like it. What's wrong, Shiki? Your body is shaking. Do you need to go to the bathroom? Why are you so relaxed? Damn it. I don't want to lose her. I don't know what this feeling is, but these past 4 days are not something I can just forget about. So to part here with the possibility she may die tomorrow, the regret would be completely, utterly, unbearably difficult. Give me a break. My eyes are already broken, but my heart's going to break as well. Artwood is a vampire, and I don't want to be involved in something like that again. I remember the fight with Nero. Just thinking about it sends chills down my spine. The fear of being one step away from death still remains. This is the same. Definitely, the opponent this time isn't normal. There really is no need for me to be involved. Since Artwood is saying she'll handle it, I can rely on her. But even knowing all of that, I can't just leave her alone. Damn, what the hell is wrong with me? I hit the ground. I am angry at myself for not accepting any reasoning or excuses. What? What's wrong, Shiki? Getting so angry like that all of a sudden. I'm just angry at my stupidity. Why I want to say this after all that happened to me. I feel more mad now that I actually say it. Being this stupid, I know if I could see myself in a mirror, I'd break it into pieces. Hey, really, what's wrong, Shiki? You're not acting normal. Yeah, I'm not. If I was acting normal, I really wouldn't say this. I spit. I really don't want to admit it, but it's already done a deal. It's already a done deal, because my mouth has already confirmed it for me. Oh, I just can't understand it, Shiki. What is it? You keep saying you're going to say something, but what is it? Stupid? Isn't it obvious? Until your body heals, I'll help you. That's what the stupid fool Tono Shiki wants to say. Eh? Artwood looks at me in total surprise. As for me, finally saying it kinda calms me down. Shiki? Is that for real? I groan. I didn't hear it. Please, can you say it again? I groan more. No matter how much I regret it, it's done. The instant I form my feelings into words, I can't lie to myself any longer. Hurry, I want to hear those words again. Artwood asked softly. Looking off in the distance, I try to sound reluctant. I guess it can't be helped. It's my fault that you are weakened now, and I can't leave the monster roaming the streets alone either. I can't rely on you taking care of it by yourself, so if you let me, I want to help you. That's what I said. Shiki. Artwood's eyes are suddenly alight. She grabs my hand and happily shakes it up and down. Well, I may not be that helpful, but it has to be better than nothing. Yeah, if you are helping me, there's nothing to be afraid of. She keeps shaking my hand up and down. How do I say this? She really does seem happy. But what do we do now? Do you want to search for more of the dead like before? Yeah, I think that's all we can do for now. The one before was the 12th, so I don't think there's many more. The parent vampire will have to come out once they're all destroyed, so we have to hunt the remaining ones for now. Is that still okay, she asks. Anything is fine, I'm just with you. If you lead, I'll follow. Well, shall we start again? Ah, no, that's good for tonight. They usually follow a fixed route, and the other dead will probably not be out tonight. Since there are few in number, I don't think I'll let them all come out at once. Oh, really? Smart. But doesn't that mean this enemy will try to hide the dead from you, Artwood? Basically, but since this enemy is a vampire, he needs to steal the blood and the energy of others. So even if he knows I'm searching for them, he has to send the dead out to get the minimal blood he needs. Then the minimal dead he sent out was the man before, huh? So searching further tonight will be useless, I think. Well, I don't mind, but it is tedious though. Yeah, hunting vampires is tedious work. We have to find the coffin of the enemy somewhere in the city, so it won't be easy. Artwood lets go of my hand and jumps back softly. Artwood, let's say goodbye for tonight. We'll meet tomorrow. With her dance side step, she watches me as she gets farther away. Tomorrow? Wait, where should we meet? Here's fine. The time, yeah, around 10 o'clock should be fine. With a smile, she makes that promise. Good night, Shiki. I'll see you here tomorrow. And waving her hand, Artwood disappears. I get back to the mansion. As it's very late, the mansion is completely dark. This can't be good. I put my hand on the mansion gate. Ka-ching! A sturdy chain holds it closed. Dang, I shouldn't cut this. I think a bit, then I decide to climb over the gate. I'm exhausted. After sneaking over the wall like a thief, I finally made my way to the doorway. The gate was locked, but the door isn't. It must have been Hisui. I give a sigh of thanks. As if not to wake Akia, Tohato, or Hisui, I sneaked my way through the mansion. Whew. Letting out a breath, I lay down on my bed. My promise to Artwood. Maybe it's fate, but you've gotten yourself tangled up in trouble again, Tonoshiki. Could I help it? I mean, you could have just said no, but he's in love, you know. I just can't leave her alone. Or maybe I didn't want to leave her alone. While I do think she is pretty, I don't understand my feelings right now. Right now, I'm not too sure what is right and what is wrong. At any rate, it looks like I'll be helping Artwood once again starting tomorrow. So for now, I shouldn't think of anything else but getting a good night's sleep. And that's what we'll do. That's the episode. A long one. There you go. Give you guys a long one for once in a while. Good stuff though. Good stuff. Love the comedy at first with the awkward encounters, and then it switches to some more serious stuff, and we have a new goal of looks like Artwood's been cutting down the enemy's forces pretty well. If that was the 12th vampire or the dead she's killed, so it's looking good so far. But yeah, next time we'll be out vampire hunting with Artwood. Sounds like fun. Until then, thanks for watching. See you.